if somebody came into one of our hotels when my father was president, they were from a foreign country, a government official from a foreign country, and we found out about it, you know what we do? We donate all the money for that, that margarita that they bought at the bar, donate it back to the United States Treasury.
Whenever a Trump says something, just know the exact opposite is true. Now a bombshell report by the Democrats on the House Oversight Committee has released findings that Donald Trump's businesses received at least $7.8 million directly from 20 foreign governments during his presidency. This in a new bombshell report by the House Democrats, and most of this money came from President Xi in China. I'm Ben Meiselas from the MeidasTouch network, and that $7.8 million is in addition to the nearly $160 million that we previously reported that the organization known as Crew reported based on Donald Trump's tax returns that Trump made from foreign countries while Donald Trump was in office. And in addition to the $7.8 million, the $160 million, in addition to the $640 million that Jared Kushner and Ivanka Trump made while they had official positions and were disgracing the White House, while Jared Kushner cannot secure a security clearance. And that is in addition to the nearly $2 billion that Jared Kushner received from the Saudi Sovereign Wealth Fund after Kushner left, disgracing the White House. And that is in addition to another $1.5 billion that Jared Kushner received from other Mideast nations after he left, disgracing our White House and now disgraces our country in that way. And so the MAGA Republicans want to talk about Hunter Biden this or Hunter Biden that, or Joe Biden lent $4,000 to help his son who is recovering from drug addiction get a new truck. And oh my God, a loan, there's something must be going on. Well, President Biden was not the president there. And that's all the media wants to talk about. But we're talking about billions of dollars in violation of the Constitution's emolument clause. What, media? Are these numbers just too big for you that it just is hard to report, so you rather talk about a $4,000 truck loan, but we can't really have more than one day's coverage on this? And look, I mean, the media is covering it this today, but look how the New York Times is covering it. They act like it's part of this horse race, that Democrats are doing this because you got the MAGA Republicans. They don't use MAGA Republicans because the Republicans are focused on Hunter Biden. Just take a look at how the Times frames the issue. Trump received millions from foreign governments, as President report finds. House Democrats released evidence that he took in at least $7.8 million from foreign entities while in office, engaging in the conduct the GOP is grasping to pin on President Biden. And you go through the article and it talks about House Democrats highlighted the transaction on Thursday as a counterweight to Republicans' impeachment inquiry into Mr. Biden, which has sought to tie him to international business deals by his son, Hunter Biden, before his father became president in a bid to prove corruption or influence peddling. I mean, can you just see how stupid that statement is by itself? That before President Biden even announced that he was going to be running for president, after he left and was no longer the vice president, you're saying that Hunter Biden, President Biden's son, was being influenced because the foreign governments knew in the future that President Biden was going to definitely win. Or maybe Donald Trump and his kids were getting billions of dollars in actual kickbacks that are being documented from foreign governments and from foreign entities. But Donald Trump's saying it in his own words. This is what Donald Trump said. I want to dig into this report for a bit. Here's what Donald Trump said in 2015 about Saudi Arabia, bragging about the money that they give him. Play this clip.
Saudi Arabia, and I get along great with all of them. They buy apartments from me. They spend $40 million, $50 million. Am I supposed to dislike them? I like them very much.
And here's Donald Trump at the Live Golf Tournament at one of his golf courses, spewing 9/11 conspiracies. Here, play this clip.
You're so closely associated with the city of New York. Yeah. You, of all people, understand the passion surrounding 9/11. What do you say to those family members who protested earlier this week and will be doing so again on Friday?
Well, nobody's gotten to the bottom of 9/11, unfortunately, and they should have, as to the maniacs that did that horrible thing to our city, to our country, to the world. So nobody's really been there, but I can tell you that there are a lot of really great people that are out here today, and we're going to have a lot of fun, and we're going to celebrate, and money's going to charity. A lot of money's going to charity. And you have really the best players in the world, many of the best players in the world, and soon you'll probably have all of them.
A recent speech that Donald Trump gave saying that he could have made so much money if he wanted to from Saudi Arabia. No, when he says things like that, it's all projection and confession. Play this clip.
Because I'm working for you. I'm not working for me. That I can tell you. I could have made so much. I could have. Sir, would love to do a deal in Saudi Arabia. Sir, would love to do a deal here or there. Would love to do a deal. I really can't do that. I'm president. Biden would do it. So we just, we did it right. We did the right thing. And I do it exactly that way again. I will do it that way again. Look, we have a very short period of time.
And here, Donald Trump says that while he was in office, he was on a call with Russia and Saudi Arabia, and he told them to raise the gas prices. Here, play this clip.
Talk about that because I had to save the oil companies. They were all going to go bust. I said, this is the first time I've ever said we got to get it up a little bit. I actually called Russia and the King of Saudi Arabia. We had a three-way call, and we cut back on the oil because it was so incredible, helped fill up the strategic national reserves, and he's now taken all of that to reduce gasoline prices for cars just prior to the election, very artificially. And he's reduced it down to the lowest level that it's been in, I think, 60 years.
Most clothes are uncomfortable or too tight or never actually the size you really are, not to mention the annoyance of trying to put a good outfit together. Everyone wants to dress their best and look good at all times because, frankly, it's a confidence booster. So here's the deal. Men's closets were due for a radical reinvention, and Rhone stepped up to the challenge. Rhone's commuter collection is the most comfortable, breathable, and flexible set of products known to man, and here's why. Rhone helps you get ready for any occasion with the commuter collection, which offers the world's most comfortable pants, dress shirts, quarter zips, and polos. You never have to worry about what to wear when you have the Rhone commuter collection. Rhone's comfortable four-way stretch fabric provides breathability and flexibility that leaves you free to enjoy what life throws your way, from your commute to work to your 18 holes of golf. It's time to feel confident again without the hassle. With Rhone's wrinkle release technology, wrinkles disappear as you stretch and wear the products. It's that easy. And with Gold Fusion anti-odor technology, you'll be smelling fresh and clean all day long. And on top of that, Rhone is 100% machine washable, so you can ditch the dry cleaner altogether. I absolutely love Rhone. It's comfortable yet professional and has truly become my favorite clothing. We're on the move a lot, whether it's jumping from meeting to meeting or catching a flight or doing a hot take, whatever. Rhone Commuter Collection has never let me down. The versatility and overall comfort of the collection is undefeated. Even after I wear it all day, I still feel super fresh because of that Gold Fusion anti-odor technology. The Commuter Collection can get you through any workday and straight into whatever comes next. Head to Rhone.com/Meidas and use that promo code Meidas to save 20% off your entire order. That's 20% off your entire order when you head to RHONE.com/MEIDAS and use that code Meidas. It's time to find your corner office comfort. And it should come as no surprise that in this echo chamber, right-wing echo chamber, where everything's projection and confession, back in December of 2023, this is what Sean Hannity said. If Donald Trump and the Trump organization or the Trump family were making tens of millions of dollars from our top geopolitical foes like China and Russia, how would Americans react? That's a direct quote from Sean Hannity trying to act like what Hunter Biden did was a thing at all. And meanwhile, you have Donald Trump, Kushner, Ivanka actually getting hundreds of millions of dollars and billions of dollars from foreign adversaries and from foreign countries. Let's take a look at this report. The House Democrats and the Oversight Committee did some great digging right here. They got all of the source documents from the Trump hotels. So you can see, for example, like right here, you have like the embassy of Kuwait, and you can see the amount of money that they're spending at the Trump International hotels. You can go in and you could take a look at the various embassy payments and foreign government payments to Trump International Hotels DC, Trump International Hotels New York. And here's how Jamie Raskin frames the issue. Many reports get published in Congress every year and sink into oblivion, but this one is unlikely to disappear. The findings and conclusions presented by the House Committee on Oversight Accountability's Democrat staff are astounding, and they demand urgent action by Congress and the American people. Drawing from actual receipts and records and using the most conservative possible accounting methodologies, White House for sale, how princes, prime ministers, and premiers paid Donald Trump documents how, as president, Donald Trump accepted more than $7.8 million in payments from foreign states and their leaders, including some of the world's most unsavory regimes, by elevating his personal financial interest and policy priorities of corrupt foreign powers over the American public interest. Former President Trump violated both the clear commands of the Constitution and the careful precedent set and observed by every previous commander-in-chief. It goes on to cite Article 1, Section 9, Clause 8 of the Constitution forbids the president to accept money, payments, or gifts of any kind whatever from foreign governments and monarchs unless he obtains, quote, the consent of the Congress to do so. Yet Donald Trump, while holding the office of president, used his business entities to pocket millions of dollars from foreign states and royalty, and never once went to Congress to seek its consent. The report set forth records showing foreign government money and all the spoils from royals we can find pouring into hotels and buildings that the president continued to own during his presidency, all in direct violation of the constitutional prohibition. To be sure, we know about only some payments that passed into President Trump's hand during just 2 years of his presidency, from just 20 of the more than 190 nations in the world, through just 4 of his more than 500 businesses. Despite the Constitution's requirement that a president disclose foreign emoluments and seek Congress's consent to keep them, it took Oversight Committee Democrats years of aggressive litigation against the former president to obtain this subset of documents from Meiselas. So this is just a subset of just 4 of the 500 businesses and only 20 nations right here. That is that $7.8 million in direct payments. And Trump fought that and fought that. And by the way, strict textualism, we have the United States Constitution, which says that this is a violation, which, by the way, should be an impeachable offense and should be criminal. You violate our Constitution. And yet the MAGA Republicans not only don't care, billions of dollars, they go after Hunter Biden for drug addiction and naked photographs. Are you absolutely kidding me? No, that's just who the MAGA Republicans are right now. And by the way, there was another report that was done back in March by the House Oversight Democrats. Saudi swords, Indian jewelry, and a larger-than-life Salvadorian portrait of Donald Trump. The Trump administration's failure to disclose major gifts, over $250,000 at least in gifts that were given to Donald Trump and Kushner that were not disclosed. And we're talking about like Saudi daggers, and we're talking about different framed paintings, brass tea sets, Uzbek carpet silk, Japanese ceramics. I mean, and these gifts weren't disclosed. So you have the MAGA Republican. It's just pure lawlessness at this point, pure and utter lawlessness right here. But an important report by House Oversight Democrats. The key thing right now is for you to be the messengers. That's what we have to rely on. You're the solution. We can't wait around for legacy media or anyone else to report what they need to report. They're not going to do it, okay? But the difference maker is going to be you. So share this video, let people know. Let's just get into the facts. Just the facts. Just share the data. Put in the comments below the following. What have you done today to share these messages of the MeidasTouch Network? Put that in the comment and share your strategies for how you share the MeidasTouch videos. Hit subscribe as well. It's free to do that. Hit the like button, but leave in the comments below as well. I want to hear from all of you and confirm that you've shared this with some people. Have a good day.
Hey, Meidas Mighty. Love this report? Continue the conversation by following us on Instagram @MeidasTouch to keep up with the most important news of the day. What are you waiting for? Follow us now.